Eviction fears spark debate in New York State. See the push to keep people in their homes with the eviction ban set to expire.
Cloudy skies overnight, but rain moving in by morning. How heavy it will be coming up.
And New York Live has the best spots to eat in Harlem from a real housewife of New York City. This is News 4 Now for August 31st. I'm Adam Cooperstein. And New York State's eviction moratorium is set to expire today. And that's why tenants rallied outside the eviction court marshal's office in Midtown before marching to Governor Hochul's Manhattan office. The governor issued a statement last week saying she was in talks with Albany leaders about the impending eviction moratorium. An extension can be passed. Landlords, though, oppose the extension, saying fears of a flood of evictions are overstated. And they point out their bills are still due.
Once a person has submitted the application, while that application is pending, any eviction case is stayed, no eviction can be conducted against them.
Mortgages are still due, property taxes are due, heating bills, repairs, costs, all those things have continued to be due.
Governor Hochul is also urging eligible tenants to apply for the state's rental assistance program. People who apply for aid through the program can still be protected from eviction for up to a year, even after the moratorium expires, which is scheduled for Tuesday at midnight. In New Jersey, nearly 500,000 people are days away from losing their COVID unemployment benefits. That federal program expires this Saturday, September 4th. And Governor Murphy announced it would be just too expensive, he says, for New Jersey to extend it. He believes it should be up to the federal government to extend that weekly $300 stipend. A memorial now sits at the Jersey Shore beach where a young lifeguard was killed in a lightning strike.
Oh, lifeguard got hit by lightning.
Is he still on the beach? How old's the life? Is he breathing, alert and conscious?
He's breathing, he's unconscious.
That frantic 911 call came in just after 4:30 Monday afternoon from the South Seaside Park section of Berkeley Township. We're told a lifeguard was killed when a lightning strike hit an aluminum lifeguard stand at Island Beach State Park. So far, the lifeguard has not been identified. 7 others were either also struck or hurt. They were all taken to the hospital for treatment. Residents in the area described what happened after hearing what sounded like an explosion, they say.
The next thing you know, you're on the ground. The next thing you know, you have an odor in the air like burning hair. So it was very, very dramatic.
This is the second New Jersey lifeguard to die in just the last 2 weeks. A 16-year-old was killed in Cape May during a boating accident August 19th. And then earlier this month, a 13-year-old died after being struck by lightning, also on Orchard Beach in the Bronx. In Connecticut, a number of restaurants are now taking part in a nationwide effort to raise money for the families of those 13 service members killed in Afghanistan. The Crossings restaurant and brew pub in Putnam is one of the businesses honoring the men and women killed in the Kabul airport attack. And they're doing it by putting 13 American flags and 13 half-filled glasses of beer on display at a donation table. Since setting it up on Sunday, the Crossings has now raised more than $1,200. Danielson Veterans Coffee House also donated $250, and they're challenging other veteran groups to do the same.
There's nothing we can do physically to support these families. Something like this is a way we can try to help.
Madison Coffee House also placed 13 beers at a reserve table for the soldiers from Afghanistan. Well, imagine having an 80-pound cougar in your New York City apartment. Yeah, not ideal, right? Thankfully, the cougar that was living in a Bronx apartment has now been removed. Animal experts from the Bronx Zoo helped transport that big cat to safety. They say the owners bought the cougar thinking it could make a good pet. It's not clear where they bought it, but that cougar is now 11 months old. And as it grew bigger, the owners realized it can't live in an apartment in the city. Now the cougar's on its way to a sanctuary in Arkansas.
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Maria LaRosa. Hope you enjoyed a nice feeling summer afternoon. Temperatures into the 80s through early evening, and that humidity starts to creep back up. Skies begin to become overcast, and then by tomorrow morning, the chance for a few showers. As you can see, temperatures staying in the 70s through tonight. As far as those rain chances go, more of the light side. This is the beginning of Ida's remnants moving in, not the flooding rain that we're expecting. That picks up in intensity by tomorrow afternoon and evening and through early on Thursday. Thursday. That's when we have the flash flood watch taking effect. So overall, quiet start to the day tomorrow, relatively cool. Lows near 70 in the city, temperatures in the mid and upper 60s to the north and west. High temperatures for the afternoon, with the rain arriving staying in the 70s.
She's the newest addition to the Real Housewives of New York City cast, and now New York Live is with Ebony K. Williams and has her picks for the best spots in her neighborhood, Harlem.
Ebony K. Williams is making a splash on her first season of Real Housewives of New York City.
Tanya, read the dog. Hi, Lou. Anybody that wants to go home, go home. And it's not even 8 o'clock yet.
And today we've come up to the place she calls home, Harlem, to get a taste of the neighborhood. Ebony, it is so nice to meet you.
So good to meet you in person, Lorna. I feel like we've known each other for a few months now, but yes.
I feel the same way because I'm a huge Real Housewives of New York City fan. I watch you all the time, and I feel like I'm watching myself sometimes. So I'm super excited to talk about so many things. And you brought us here to Harlem today. This is your neighborhood. What makes Harlem so special?
So when I moved to New York, which has been 7 years now, which I can't believe, I moved from Los Angeles, but you know, I'm a girl from the South. But for me, when I came to Harlem, you have the streets like, what are we facing? Adam Clayton Powell. You go over a street, you've got Frederick Douglass. You go back a street, you've got Malcolm X. You've got statues of Harriet Tubman, and this is just where I had to be. It fed my soul.
So you love Harlem,
yeah,
but you also love to eat.
Well, you see, I said fed my soul. That's why I brought you here to Ponte Bistro today. The fusion here is obviously American, but it also has a very Africana flair, which is one of the reasons I love the chef and Ponte in general. This is normally where I start, the crispy tuna. These are the mussels. I have to tell you, Lauren, I've never specifically ordered mussels at a restaurant until these, and now I don't order them anywhere else but here, because the flavor profile is so unique. Ponte burger, signature item. This is made with lamb, the best. And the fries are so good you had to have them twice. Mmm, so good.
That's really good. Everything.
See, you're a woman after my own heart. You know how to eat. I like
Likewise.
that.
All right, Ebony, where did you bring us now?
So now we are at my favorite Mexican spot in all of Harlem, La Diagonal. I got all my favorites here. Little crab guacamole, which is incredible. Little ceviche action. And my favorite, because I'm a meat girl, steak fajitas.
Ebony, this has been so much fun. You're everything I dreamed of and more. And I mean, eating with you was beyond. I hope we get to do it again.
We will absolutely, I insist upon it. Cheers, my dear.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
As what's left of Hurricane Ida moves our way, we can't forget about the animals impacted by the storm-ravaged South. Long Island's North Shore Animal League certainly isn't forgetting. They are springing to action and taking supplies to Louisiana to pick up pets displaced by Ida. News 4's Greg Circle has the story.
The pet supplies just kept coming.
Crates and blankets and towels, water, food.
Nina Miller brought a truck full collected by her neighbors in Darien, Connecticut.
It's really heartbreaking. So that's what really enticed me to come down here this morning.
Ellen Sibley made a delivery from Smithtown.
I love animals, and anytime I hear they're in distress or don't have a home, I react.
The pile of supplies more than anyone expected.
We lived through Hurricane Sandy 9 years ago, so we know the feeling.
A feeling driven home again by the images of destruction from Louisiana.
So my heart goes out to these people. I know just how tough it can be, and I think it's gonna be bad.
So bad that this North Shore Animal League official says people and pets will have no homes and be separated, leaving the Louisiana animal shelter system overrun and in desperate need of help. A North Shore Animal League truck will begin ferrying these supplies to Louisiana starting Tuesday. The truck will then return with 50 shelter dogs like Sammy to clear space in Louisiana for all the new pets coming in.
The people and what they're going to go through, and the animals that aren't going to be able to stay with their families, it's sad.
The Animal League will continue accepting donations through tonight. Now, the agency first traveled to Louisiana 16 years ago after Katrina. It's estimated that hundreds of thousands of animals went missing after that storm. We're in Port Washington. Greg Sergel, News 4 New York.
Thanks for joining us here on News 4 Now. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.